Welcome to audio number 2 of the Literate Society. This is an analysis of the novel The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky, in which we will be unveiling hidden messages and the role of beauty in saving the world. Fyodor Dostoevsky's The Idiot is a profound exploration of the moral, social, and psychological dimensions of human existence. At first glance, the novel might seem a simple story about Prince Lev Nikolaevich Myshkin, a man who returns to Russia after being treated for epilepsy in Switzerland. He is often called the idiot because of his naivety, his moral goodness, and his inability to navigate the manipulative intricacies of Russian society. Yet, beneath the surface of the narrative, Dostoevsky delves deeply into issues such as innocence versus corruption, beauty, and the transformative potential of goodness in a flawed world. One of the central themes in The Idiot is the idea that beauty in all its forms has the potential to save the world, a message that pervades the text, shaping its characters and the story's resolution. The Prince and His Idiocy. The novel opens with the return of Prince Myshkin to Russia. He is an epileptic whose time in a sanatorium in Switzerland has left him with a purity of spirit, untainted by the social malice that marks the world around him. In many ways, Myshkin represents a Christ-like figure, someone whose goodness is so absolute that it renders him an outsider in a world characterized by vice, manipulation, and deceit. His innocence and sincerity are mistaken for idiocy, and it is this misjudgment that forms one of the novel's most important messages, the paradox of goodness in a corrupt world. From the beginning, Myshkin is presented as someone who does not conform to the norms of Russian society. He has none of the social pretensions or cunning that would make him a successful member of the elite. Instead, his foolishness stems from a deep, unshakable belief in the goodness of humanity, which frequently leads him to make decisions that seem absurd to others. His attempt to love and save Nastasia Filipovna, a beautiful yet tragic woman caught in a destructive cycle of desire and shame, is a reflection of his belief that even the most corrupted individuals can be redeemed through love and acceptance. However, as the novel progresses, it becomes clear that Myshkin's innocence and goodness are ill-suited for a world filled with cynicism. The characters around him, particularly Rogozin, Nastasia, and Aglaya, represent the complexity and moral ambiguity of society. Dostoevsky uses Myshkin's character to critique the notion of purity in a world that does not value or understand it. Through this, Myshkin's idiocy becomes a tragic symbol of the conflict between the ideal and the real. The role of beauty in the novel. One of the most important themes in The Idiot is the transformative power of beauty. Dostoevsky weaves the concept of beauty into the fabric of the novel in multiple ways, from physical beauty to the deeper, spiritual beauty that can redeem the soul. The character of Nastasia Filipovna, a beautiful woman with a tormented past, is central to this theme. Her beauty, which captivates all the men around her, is both a source of power and a burden. While it attracts attention and admiration, it also draws her into destructive relationships, particularly with Rogozin, whose obsessive love for her drives much of the novel's conflict. Nastasia's beauty is often portrayed as something dangerous and even corrupting. Her ability to manipulate men, particularly Myshkin and Rogozin, underscores the tension between beauty as an ideal and beauty as a source of moral downfall. Myshkin, however, sees through this superficial allure and views Nastasia's beauty as something that can be redeemed and purified. His love for her is not based on lust but on a deep, almost spiritual desire to save her from the emotional chaos that surrounds her. This contrast between physical beauty and moral purity is key to Dostoevsky's larger critique of society.